Hi there, hope you're doing great. Today I want to share a bit more about how body language is affecting my life. What have changed after me studying body language? I have a new tips on how to do videos and I want to try a little bit new thing. So it means that I'll be talking more about myself, about my personal stuff, about how the body language really affected me and not necessarily trying to like pass some knowledge, like purely pass knowledge, but share more about personal experiences and how it happened to me. And I also have to slow down a little bit and be more natural me, how I speak when I talk to camera, for example, when I talk on a video call and stuff like that. So I will try to be more calm and talk about my life and how body language has changed my life because it changed me enormously. I have never really believed words and how people speak. I don't know why. Maybe because my father is a policeman. Maybe that I just knew that when people say something, there is a very high chance of them saying something else a little bit later. So when someone says something, I don't believe that unless I really see that they are about to do it or unless it's really happening. So the first thing I want to say, what it really changed me, is that I do not trust words like other people do, I'd say. I know because when you get a basic knowledge about how emotions work and how human brain works and how human beings works, you know that there is an enormous chance of them changing what they are saying. And what I learned from reading body language is that they are messaging, they are delivering the message somehow. The words are not the only channel they are using to communicate a message. So whenever I'm talking to someone, whenever we are agreeing on something, for example, to meet someone over there, when someone come over to sleep over, for example, unless it's really happening, I am not relying on their words. So, what am I doing? When I talk to somebody, we are talking about we can go off there. But the words, as we know, are easy to break, easy to fake, but their body, the whole set is the whole context of the situation is telling me whether the situation is about to happen or not. So when I'm talking to someone, I listen to their words. This is the first thing. I look at their body language. Is the body language telling me that the person is happy about it, sad about it? Is the person like really excited about the thing, or is he more resented? Is he more like trying to be detached from the thing? This might tell me that he is not really much into that thing, whatever he's talking about, and I should probably not trust that much. I also take a step back and look at the motives, look at the context of the person that is standing in front of me. When, for example, I know that the person has a huge test coming up in the future, in a near future, I know that I probably should not expect them to meet us. When I see that they are not feeling 100% alright, I should not cling on the thing they are saying me, telling me, because there is the high chance that they will cancel the thing. And there are so many subconscious, unconscious factors that even the other person is not aware of. So when I'm like talking to the person, I step back, I consider all the things that are in there and that are affecting what the person is transmitting, what message is he actually communicating with me. And this enormously helped me. There is also important thing to say. I sometimes fall for their words, of course. There are some people that I love and that I like really look up to, and I am emotionally invested in things, and when they say something, I like I'm so happy that they said something, for example, and I'm not considering all the things that I should consider, and that ends with feeling a little bit of pain every now and then. but everybody knows that, and even me, when I'm like observing body language for like 10 years, it still happens to me, so don't feel bad when this happens to you. So this is a thing number one. The second thing, very useful one, is that I can read their body language, so I can see when they are not feeling alright, and I can prevent bad things to happen. Let me give you an example. I'm married. When my wife, Kate, is, for example, angry, not feeling alright, I know when to push her, how to push her, and how to tease her a little bit. And I know when I cross the line. The body language changes like this, and I know that I need to repair the thing like immediately, because it could end up not very nice, and nobody wants that. But if I would not be aware of her body language and her expressions, her natural body language that is telling me that, well, you crossed the line and now you're supposed to apologize, for example. If I wouldn't know that, there would be way more fights and way more misunderstandings than we have. This is the same at work. When, for example, I come to work, I see that my boss is not 100% okay. I know that this is the moment where I can like comfort them somehow. I can tell a joke, I can be nicer to them, and that, for example, when I am not 100% alright that day as well, and there is a chance that I might snap and have some sort of anger outburst, for example, I know that when these are the moments, and when I see that they are not alright as well, you definitely don't want to outburst, you definitely don't want to snap at them, because, well, when they are bosses, well, they overpower us anytime they want, so there is no point of that. This is not very good example, but it works this way. When I see that they are alright, I can joke a little bit more. I know I can bring up things that I would not do otherwise. And that is the only, because I can read their body language, I can sense, I can see their emotions, and I can say how they are feeling. And when I, for example, say something or do something, I see the reaction at that moment that happened, or a little bit later, doesn't matter. But I know that I've messed up something and I need to make up for that. And if I wouldn't see that, there would be way more things, way more situations and occasions that would lead to worse scenarios. So it's better for me to know it, to read it. When I come to boss, I know, well, she's acting a little bit strange, a little bit different than it's usual. Well, what have I done? Have I this task? I did this task a little bit different than she asked me to. Well, that's probably it. I can bring that up and we can talk about it, and we can like clean the air and everything's fine afterwards. But when you are not aware of these things, you let them rot in people's mind, and it's never good. So it's better to open these things up, be aware of these, and try to regulate the emotions of the other people as well. Because I have the power, we have the power, you can have the power as well if you want to. But this is the thing number two. Thing number three, how it affected my life, is that when I'm bored, among the people in a crowd, I never am bored again. Well, there are so much informations that are out there that whenever I don't know what to do, I can just sit down, I can just observe people around me. I can see, well, there is a person who is not that comfortable and he's talking to that the other person, and they are attracted to each other and they are not hitting that off that well. On the other side, there is a person who is married and who is talking to that other opposite sex person, and they're quite going in not all right direction. There is a person who is really scared. There is a person who is, I don't know, you fill up the blank. And there is a group, so who's the leader of the group? Is the official leader of the group also an alpha of the group who is left out of the group? And they are sitting this way, they are standing this way, they are standing this far from each other. There are so many informations, you have no idea. So whenever you are bored, you can, well, just pick up on this information and create stories in your mind, and you can see the relationships of the other people and kind of be up to date to what's going on among these people. It's the same when you when you go to cafe, for example, or when you walk on a street. How do people walk? How synchronized are they? How confident are they? Do they have some sort of anxieties at the moment? The other is stressed. There is so much things, and the best thing about it, when you can't find any sign, it's also a sign. The people are always telling something. They are always transmitting some sort of message about their inner state. There is no chance they would not transmit any message. So this is the third way how it changed my life. The fourth way, where I will also stop, is it's an interesting conversational piece. I would not recommend you to bring that up like in the first place, because you'd be just bragging about it. But when someone other tells on you that you are doing that you are doing body language, you are reading body language, you can also have so much fun about telling when the other person asks you, well, what can you tell me about me? What did you read? How did you observe me? And you can always go like, well, I prefer not to tell, or other people sometimes pay me not to tell, and you can scare people like this and create this mystique aura around you. It's just for fun. I'm not sure some people maybe believe that, but I do it for fun. So you can just have an interesting conversational piece, because people often then ask about it. They want to talk about it. They tell you that they have studied body language as well, when in fact they just read some sort of article about it. It's not studying body language, but it doesn't matter. There is a topic that you might have in common, which is good. Well, if you have any other questions about how this thing affected my life, definitely leave a comment down below. And if you want to get into body language as well, I mean, if you want to be really good at observing body language or opening conversation and using that in real life, down in the descriptions there are the courses that I have created about body language. So if you want to support me, go down there and check out these courses. And not only that, you will be supporting me, you will also be learning body language, which is something that I love and something that I want to pass to you. So that's it from me. If there is anything else, just leave me a comment, leave me a question. I'll be very happy talking to you. That's it from me. And in the meantime, well, before new video is coming up, there is an interesting video, not sure which one I'll put here, but check that out definitely. You will make me happy, you will make yourself a little bit more happy, hopefully too, and I will see you there. Bye.